Hey guys, hello and welcome to another episode of S&E's Garage. And today, as usual, we're here with our '05 Avalon, and we're coming up on our 6 months of owning this vehicle. I got it back in July, and I figured, you know what, let's do a 6-month review video. Let's go over the things I've had to do to it, things that I didn't have to do, but I did anyway. And then later on in the video, we're going to talk about possibly replacing this with a newer vehicle. So make sure you stay tuned and keep watching, because it's going to, I kind of want everyone's opinions on what I should get, what I shouldn't get. So here with our '05 Avalon, we've had to do a couple of things over the past 6 months. I really only had one major hiccup with it, and that was when the ignition coil, number 5 ignition coil on the rear bank had actually failed while I was driving on the parkway and started misfiring pretty bad. But other than that, we did our, as you've seen in some of the other videos, we did our 3 ignition coils in the back, we did our 6 spark plugs, and we did our intake plenum gaskets. And this car hasn't skipped a beat. Now when I purchased this, it had sat for quite a while. Like I said, it's an '05, it only had 31,000 miles on it when I got it. So a couple of the things that I went ahead and did. Well, I did some preventative maintenance. I changed the coolant. Lord only knows how long this coolant's been sitting in here. The car's 15 years old. Coolant, especially in an aluminum block, when those additives start to wear out, some bad things can start happening in that engine block, and I wanted to avoid that at all costs. So we did the coolant. We did a drain and fill on the transmission. And other than that, she's been pretty good. I put some new tires on it. We did some new Bridgestone tires. And we had to replace one of the caliper brackets. One of my caliper brackets, the slide pins, had actually seized up, and it was giving me a soft brake pedal, so we replaced that. And other than that, she's been rock solid. So let me grab the camera. We're gonna, take a walk around the car, and we'll see how many miles she's got on her now. Take it from there. So one thing we did that we didn't really have to do was the cold air intake. I only did that because I like the way it sounds. I like hearing my engine a little bit more. It's not something I had to do, but I figured, you know what, why not? I went with some nice Bridgestone RE980 AS tires. It's Bridgestone's performance all-season tires. This car's got like 250 foot-pounds of torque. And the tires that were on the car previously, you just couldn't transfer the power. There was, just wheel spin city. So let's hop in the car. I haven't been in here in a couple of days. It's been rather crappy out here in New Jersey. We've had some snow and ice and sleet, and I don't like driving my cars when they treat the roads with salt. That's just something I don't like doing. I know salt corrodes the shit out of these cars, and this car is super clean, and I wanted to keep it that way. So let's fire her up. I haven't been in it in a couple of days, like I said. And she's got 36,412 miles on her now. If you'll remember when I got it, it had around 31,900 and some odd miles. So she's, for those miles, has pretty much been trouble-free, minus my ignition coil issue. Everything still looks nice and new. It's a little messy in here. I have a 9-month-old son, and we move his car seat in and out. So it's not the cleanest car in all the land, but she's still running great, still driving great. Everything works. We did our Bluetooth upgrade in here, so we now have Bluetooth streaming, things of that sort. Transmission still shifts awesome. We just did an oil change last week. I've only gone, less than 100 miles since I changed the oil. So everything, like I said, is perfect. I've had no complaints with this car other than the ignition coil. I love the way it drives. But my whole reason for buying this car was to get me through building this house. I needed a newer car and I didn't want a payment. So this fit the bill, which is why we bought it. Now that the house is done and I have a YouTube channel now, really looking to get into something that's a little more exciting, that can give me a little bit better content, and get some more viewers and followers and subscribers and things of the such. or things of this sort. So I'm going to lay out a couple of cars that I think that I would consider buying, and I want your guys' opinion. Now, originally, before I built this house, I had a 2017 Mustang GT. I did long tube headers on that car. I did a GT 350 intake manifold. I had a Lund Racing tune. I shifted that thing at 8,200 RPM. The car was a monster, 450 horsepower to the wheels. I loved it. Now that I have a child, I definitely cannot do another two-door car. So there's a couple of new four-door sedans that came out the past 2 years or so that have really kind of caught my attention. Number one, first and foremost, would be the 2020 Camry TRD. Love the car. I went out, I drove one last year before COVID because I was hoping maybe I could have gotten into one sooner, but it didn't end up working out with COVID-19 and the way the economy kind of tanked a little bit. So I kind of put that on hold and bought this bad boy here. But now that I'm sitting a little bit better financially, and work is starting to pick back up and the house is done, I can afford the payment now. So like I said, it's either going to be a 2021 now Toyota Camry TRD. It's the cheapest way into a V6 Camry. They come a little stripped down equipment-wise, but they look beautiful. They have an upgraded braking system, some upgraded roll bars and things like that. Now my other option is actually the 2021 Hyundai Sonata N-Line. Which we actually just got one in at my dealership. I did a PDI on it the other day. I was really excited about that car too. It's got an 8-speed dual clutch, a wet dual clutch transmission. It's got like 311 foot-pounds of torque and 290 horsepower. The car was an absolute monster. In Sport Plus mode, the power was completely unusable. It just blew the tires off the car. Now, I don't know if you can tell from my videos and my channel, I'm impartial to Toyotas. Yes, I work for Hyundai. Do I think Hyundai makes a good car? Yes. But I think Toyota is just at a different level than Hyundai as far as reliability and longevity. So I'm really leaning towards the 2021 Camry TRD. If I can get everyone's opinions, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But other than that, this is basically my video. It's just a 6-month review on this car and letting you know my plans going forward. Whichever car I do end up getting, when I do end up getting it, I'll be sure to make a video on it, probably in the next couple of months. And if you know me, we're not going to leave it stock. We're going to do some little updates, maybe lower it a little bit, maybe like cold air intake, maybe an exhaust. That's what I like about the TRD Camry. It actually comes with a catback from the factory. That sounds pretty good, and it doesn't have any drone at all. Like I said, I went out and drove one, and I really liked it. So please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think is the best car for me, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much.